Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, broadcasting live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our main stories. Nasarawa impeachment protest turns violent. 3 people killed in Lafia. Federal government safe school initiative takes off. Finance Minister explains details to some Northeast governors. Bayelsa State government says it's open for business, shows its green potentials. In Ukraine, 295 people dead as a Malaysian airliner crashes, and Israel begins ground offensive in Gaza. All our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb. Do visit m.channelstv.com if you prefer to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions. All right, well, we're going over to Abuja now, where Gloria Umeozioke is standing by. Hi, Gloria.
Well, thank you, Bimbo, and welcome to the nation's capital. The 2014 National Conference is drawing to a close 4 months after it was inaugurated. Well, President Goodluck Jonathan charged delegates to come up with recommendations that will lay a much stronger foundation for a faster development of the country. While the committee's recommendations have been debated and adopted, Nigerians are now assessing the conference to ascertain if it has met the objectives for which it was set up. This is the focus of our big story tonight.
Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Now, it was an event that started with kudos and knocks. On the 17th of March 2014, President Goodluck Jonathan inaugurated the conference. The over 492 delegates included professionals, members of the civil society, the organized private sector, labor, political parties, regional and religious groups, representing almost every part of the country. The president explained the objective of the conference.
It is our expectation that participants in this conference will patriotically articulate and synthesize our people's thoughts, views, and recommendations for a stronger, more united, peaceful, and politically stable Nigeria, force the broadest possible national consensus in support of those recommendations, and strive to ensure that they are given the legal and constitutional backing to shape the present and the future of our beloved fatherland. We have an obligation to reshape and redirect our country for the benefit of our children. There should be no room for divisive cleavages and ethnic zingoism. There should be no room for selfish consideration that defeat the purpose of national progress. There should be room only for the national interest.
21 weeks have passed since that day. The conference has considered all the issues it believed necessary for its assignment. The deputy chairman of the conference says the conference has been successful.
If one could be allowed a little bit of exaggeration, I would say it has met more than the expectations. And the important thing is we were able to adopt over 600 recommendations. Not dealing with frivolous issues, but dealing with fundamental issues that we could call address the issues that needed to be addressed.
Others, however, disagree with this position.
I would say to a great extent that the conference did not live up to the billing of both the president and the expectation of the popular masses of the Nigerian people, who were not interested in religion, who were not interested in ethnicity, who were not interested in where you came from, but they were interested in those things that will make their daily living conditions to be better and improve their livelihoods, and for them to look forward to a life in larger freedom.
To the extent that the national conference has provided that arena, that platform, that competition of ideas, it has largely been a success for the purpose of discourse. But one other objective, a corollary, a consequence of discussion, is to come up with recommendations and resolutions. And I think that we've fallen far short of that, in the sense that we've been somewhat timid.
The recommendation by the conference on the issue of derivation and revenue sharing appears to be a key point of discourse. Some see it as the conference not completing its assignment.
The conference is now recommending that it takes that matter back to the president to set up a technical committee. And what exactly is this conference in the first place if they can't resolve? So it's a way of acknowledging that they failed on that score.
Billions of naira. And the purpose of our deliberations was to come up with recommendations. On the subject of devolution of powers, we asked by a contrived resolution by the chairman, who's a retired judge of the Supreme Court, who knows what rules and procedures represent. He chose to send the very proceedings, the very question that was mooted to us, back to the convener, making a nonsense of taxpayers' money, 7 billion naira.
Give us only 3 months, as I said. Now, given the time allocated to us, matters of this technical nature, you refer it. And that's, wait, hang on. But because we couldn't do it ourselves, yes, we now ask government to get a technical committee, not a political committee. Yes. We had already agreed on what needs to be done. Allocate figures to this. That's what we asked government to do. But we didn't ask government to itself go and take political decisions, which, as you rightly said, we were asked to take, and which we took.
Now, this debate will certainly continue in the days ahead. The key questions remain. Will the report of this conference join similar reports of past conferences which were not implemented, or is it the report that will bring forth a new Nigeria? Lanre Lasese for The Big Story.
Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Over 20 pregnant women have been rescued from yet another baby factory, this time in Isialangwa local government area of Abia State. Well, men of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Abia State Command, discovered the factory after a tip-off from residents. Well, the intervention of the security agents saved the life of one of these women who was discovered to be very ill.
On a typical day, the news of a growing child in the womb is worth celebrating. But the same cannot be said of these women. These women seem to be the latest victims of a baby factory. They were intercepted in Abia State by men of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps.
We are curbing crime to get rid of crime completely and render this good state of ours, in fact, with 0% of record of such crime.
The young expectant mothers are relieved to be rescued, but are too distraught to express it. One of the victims was so ill she had to be rushed to the hospital.
We will monitor to the latest the repatriation of these innocent victims. In fact, as it is now, one of them is very critical. We had to take her to the hospital. She's hospitalized in a specialist hospital.
This is not the first case of baby factory in Nigeria. Yet, these questions remain unanswered. Who impregnates these women? And what happens to the children after they are born?
The Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union has announced the suspension of its strike for 3 months. The president of the union, Mr. Emmanuel Saga, told journalists in Abuja after a meeting with the Minister of Education, Malam Ibrahim Shekarau, that the decision to suspend the strike is to give the new minister time to look into their demands. Malam Shekarau assured that the government will take practical steps to address their needs.
15.
Rolling Estate touted as Nigeria's flagship renewal project designed to provide premium quality opportunities in housing for business or residential purposes is underway in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The Rainbow Town is a public-private partnership between the Rivers State government and Rainbow Town Development Limited. The state's developers say it will offer a total well-being experience that will reflect the ideals of top-class urban communities worldwide.
It's a gathering of professionals in the real estate business in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, at a press briefing organized by management of Rainbow Town Development Limited. The crux of the event is the unveiling of Rainbow World, an ideal life and work environment creatively designed to offer a total well-being experience.
Rainbow Town is a premium mixed-use development of housing, business, recreational, educational, healthcare, and office buildings. It's got facilities for conference rooms, movie theaters, and all of these capture the live, work, and brand philosophy that drive the Rainbow Town estate.
Expectations are sky high, and industry players see a golden horizon in this venture.
Rainbow World is the largest, and I repeat, the largest luxury integrated gated community. It is about lifestyle.
I would also like to invite our retail buyers who are represented here to key into the project. We are available to discuss mortgage facilities.
Meanwhile, the Rivers State government applauds this project for its potential to create a positive impact.
It's a massive project that has generated employment and has created opportunities for people that ordinarily at the end of their career will not live there, but they've had opportunity of benefiting from it.
It is time for the guests to go on a facility tour. The Rainbow Town, located around Trans-Amadi Business District in Port Harcourt, according to the management, is 60% complete and has a range of 1,181 residential units in terraces, detached homes, 25 high-rise towers with over 1,000 apartments.
When the news at 10 returns, Minister of Finance encourages ECOWAS member states to focus on sustaining financial and macroeconomic stability for the sub-region. That's in business news. Join us again.